topic for everyone, and it's really something that is close to our hearts. Yeah, you will know about it much later or in a short while, sorry. And I'd like to know everyone who are the first timers here. Can you please type one? Please type one if you're joining us tonight for the first time. Wow, we have quite a few newbies. Welcome, 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 welcome. I hope that you will enjoy the presentation this evening. And, well, not, I just don't hope, I'm sure you will, right? So, okay. And I'm also curious to know, what are the reasons why you're joining us this evening? If you're looking for extra income, please type one. Or if you're looking for a business opportunity, please type two. So please type one if you're looking for extra income. Please type two for a business opportunity. Wow. Most of us are typing two. Yay. Some have typed one and two. Perfect. Yes, it's the best combination. When you have a business opportunity presented to you, and extra income will be generated until you have that passive income that we all dream about for our future. That's great. Thank you very much for your cooperation and for your support. So tonight is indeed a good opportunity for all of us who are looking for extra income, and for those who are looking for business opportunities, especially at this time of the pandemic. You are at the right webinar tonight. You have made the right choice tonight. And because this evening we will learn how to make the most valuable asset that we have right now, and that is our health. We will leverage on our health into creating new or more wealth for all of us. And tonight, my dear friends, we are very blessed because we have a speaker who's been walking her talk in terms of health and in terms of wealth. She has been a practicing doctor for over 20 years, graduated from one of the top universities in the Philippines. It's probably the best medical school in the Philippines. And she's a dermatologist and a practicing integrative medicine doctor and preventive wellness doctor. And she has helped thousands and thousands of people from all over the world, from as far as Israel to North America to Europe to Australia and of course to Asia and the Philippines. She's none other than one of the pioneering doctors of cell therapy in the Philippines, Dr. Diona Jacoba Mabus. Dr. D.
It's myself. Yay! Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Vedette, for such a wonderful introduction. And mabuhay! Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. I'm broadcasting all the way from Ground Zero here in Manila in the Philippines. So, kumusta naman kayo? Hopefully and prayerfully, all of you are in the best and pink of health. Yeah, so allow me to share my screen. I'm so excited tonight because I have two parts. The first part is about health. In this portion, you will learn how to have a robust immune system through cellular therapy. Let me ask you a very intriguing question. I want you to internalize and please be honest, okay, with your answer. If COVID-19 will strike your body now, are you 100% sure your immune system can defeat it? I want to see your answers. Please type them in your chat box. If you're 100% sure, please type 100. If you're not 100% sure, please type 0. Yeah, but that, can you try to read the answers? I cannot see them.
Yes. Well, most are typing 100. Some are typing 0.
Wow, most are typing 100.
Yes. It's good
Okay,
to know.
Yeah, sorry to say no one is 100% sure. Even I myself. Because the only way you can find out is when the virus is really able to penetrate your body And then that's the time you will know that your immune system can really defeat it. So since we're talking about cellular therapy, let me begin with the cell. This is a healthy cell. You can see it has, this is how you see it in an electron microscope, very, very high magnification. It has a cell membrane. This is the gate that protects all the organelles inside the cell. The cell also has the mitochondria. This is the powerhouse of the cell. So this is the one that degenerates among those with chronic fatigue syndrome. Also has proteins, healthy fats, has a good factory, and most important part of the cell is the genetic code, the genes, the DNA, the nucleus in the middle of it. This is the most important. This is like the general, the one that's giving command to all the organelles. That's a healthy cell. But how come our cells get sick? Either they are deficient from nutrients. So it's important that certain nutrients are corrected. For example, if you have a history of eczema or allergies, most likely you have deficiency in vitamin A. If you have been on chronic steroid intake, most likely you are deficient in calcium and vitamin D. But we correct it only if you have an underlying condition and a documented laboratory. We also correct any hormonal imbalance. And there's also what we call toxicity. Toxicity of what? The free radicals. So these free radicals are all around us. They are here, there, and everywhere. Why? Because they are free. Yeah, just kidding. They say the best things in life are free, but this one is not included. This is the worst thing in life. The stress now is 1,000 times nowadays, and that was pre-COVID. But now during COVID, I think it's 100,000 times. We have a lot. We're already experiencing anxiety and depression. And our rivers are polluted. Then we eat the fish in the river. Remember, the plastic settle at the bottom of the river. So if that fish eats the plastic, then we eat the fish, then we also eat the plastic that the fish ate. You are what you eat. And they also say that you are what your mother ate when you were still in her womb. Yeah. And our vegetables are laden with insecticides and pesticides, so go for organic sources. And also our unhealthy diet, the instant food, junk food, fast food, microwave food, genetically modified food, all laden with chemicals. So this unhealthy diet, that's why I advise you to look for organic sources of your pork and chicken and also fish and vegetables. As these pork and chicken are usually being injected with hormones and antibiotics even though they are not sick. So if you eat this pork and chicken injected with hormones and antibiotics, you're also eating the hormone and antibiotic. That's why a
哎，你
lot
这
of
个相机
people
讲拍照了哈？
kindly unmute, please. Thank you. So that's why we have a lot of people with gut imbalance nowadays because of this unhealthy food. And we also have too much chemical medicines. Too much, anything too much is not good. Even too much multivitamins also not good. There are excesses of these vitamins. Every chemical med has its side effects, even a simple biogesic. Here are the endocrine disruptors. In simple terms, these are hormone disruptors. The ordinary household cleansers inside the house, these are the culprits. Your carpets, your furnitures with varnish, and your eating in plastic wares, drinking in plastic cups. So better to drink water in a glass or in aluminum. Avoid drinking from mineral water as much as possible because once these plastics and food are heated up once the food are heated up, they come in contact with the plastic wares, they become carcinogenic. And avoid eating in plastics, avoid eating and drinking in plastic wares. These are the culprits of many hormonal imbalances among women and even men nowadays. Yeah. Smoking, secondhand smoking is not good. Even though you're not smoking, but the person beside you is smoking, you're also inhaling the smoke. And we have this Wi-Fi, too much Wi-Fi, too much Zoom, not good for our cells. They are emitting free radicals. I've seen an experiment wherein they surrounded the popcorn with different kinds of cell phones. They turned the cell phone on and the popcorn popped. Yeah. So it's emitting a microwave-like radiation. So turn off your Wi-Fi before you sleep. Stay away from your cell phones when you sleep. You have to rest yourselves from these sources of free radicals. Remember, they're here, there, and everywhere because they are free. What does it do to our cells? It's a destroyer of cells. First, it destroys the cell membrane and then the mitochondria. That's the time you start feeling fatigue. And then it destroys your DNA. It's like your cells are being stressed. It's when your body is resting from the inside to the outside. Yeah, cells do get stressed. And once your DNA is damaged, that's where the beginning of diseases will happen. Your good genes will be turned off. You will start to have lower metabolism, your digestion will slow down, hormonal imbalances. And the bad genes will be turned on, like cancer and genetic diseases. And for people my age, 40s and below, telomere shortening, or what we call the premature aging, which is the global crisis now. That's why even if we are being told that 21 to 59 years old can go out, if ever they have COVID, they will just have mild symptoms. But I've been seeing cases of patients infected between 21 to 59 years old. Some of them die even though they are in that age group. And some of them do not even have comorbidities, but they died. Yeah, I've seen those cases in the US. I've seen those cases here in the Philippines. I think the culprit there is the premature aging. They think they are still young, they think they are still healthy, but the inside of their cells are already aged. It's already been featured in Time magazine. Inflammation is the secret killer. So your body has been exposed, your cells has been exposed to the free radicals, triggering a cascade of inflammation, meaning there is the fight between our defense cells and the free radicals, which are the destroyer of the cells. So there's a battle going on inside. In fact, Dr. Corey is an expert in the critical care service. He said it's the inflammation is sparked by the coronavirus, not the virus itself, that kills the patients. And this is supported by autopsy results of the many who died in Italy, wherein they saw massive clotting of the blood. So when there is clotting, there is poor blood flow, that there is inflammation. That is caused by inflammation. Here, so now we can see a full-blown disease like hypertension, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, kidney failure, end-stage lung disease, gut problems, and eczema. Time factor in recovery, if you have been having this inflammation, specifically the silent ones are the most deadly ones because the silent kind of inflammation is not giving you any warning. You will just suddenly have a heart attack or suddenly have a stroke. You didn't know, or suddenly cancer will be discovered. And that's the only time that you find out you already have a full-blown disease. Usually if you have cancer, it takes around 7 years for that cancer to have a heads up before it's discovered. So the time factor in recovery, how long do you need to have cell therapy? Dr. Charlton said the average chronic sufferer cannot expect to evolve into full health in less than 2 years, and many will require more time than this. A few will require less time. So if you've been an average chronic sufferer, you will need cell therapy for a minimum of 2 years. Yeah, because it takes every cell different kinds of cells takes time to be healed, repaired, and regenerated. The father of cell therapy, Dr. Nihans, said, cell is the life bearer. Disease in the body is disease in itself. It's very simple. You repair the cells, you repair the tissues, the organs, all the systems, the immune system, which is very important nowadays, and the entire person. So let me introduce to you Cellular Gen, the first and only marine cell therapy supplement in the world, and it's from Switzerland. If you have a product from Switzerland, it's the best of the best and top of the line. I always mention that the best watch in the world comes from Switzerland, which is Rolex. And this is also called the Rolls Royce of supplements. Where does it come from? This was my first question. It comes from fish, specifically salmon DNA from the deep sea ocean of France. Why did they choose salmon? Because salmon is almost similar to human DNA. They're brought here at St. Gallen in Switzerland, which has a European current good manufacturing practice, which is very, very stringent than US and WHO CGMP. They undergo the Swiss cold process DNA extraction technology. This process is patented. Why does it have to be cold processed? To preserve the DNA that will repair all our damaged DNA. So we are guaranteed of the highest degree of bioactivity and optimum potency. Because if you heat the DNA, you damage the DNA. These are the synergistically blended high-quality materials. Please look at the screen on your left. These three are unique to cell therapy. You cannot find that in any other supplement or in any other vitamins. It's 90% DNA that will repair all our damaged DNA one by one. And this is the main ingredient that I am seeing the reason behind the many medical miracles that I've been seeing among my patients in the past 5 years. Now, there are two important peptides. The peptide E. collagen regenerates the skin, the bones, and the joints. So it's good for those with arthritis and those with osteoporosis. Hydroamine peptide lowers the glycemic index of sugar. It controls diabetes and it's good for those with cancer. Why? Because the food of cancer cells is sugar. Now, there is a very important role of these peptides, which I will discuss later on. Now, there are additional ingredients, but of premium quality. It has lutein, which regenerates the cells in our eyes. I've been seeing cataract patients, glaucoma patients improve with cell therapy. And even floaters they will tell me, my floaters are gone. Yeah. If you see medical books, ophthalmology books, it is just written there that floaters, no treatment, part of aging. But now we can reverse floaters through cell therapy. And grape skin extract, it's a very, very mild natural blood thinner, which cleanses our blood vessels with clotted blood or plaques that has been stored through the years. Remember in my first previous life, clotting of the blood is a sign of inflammation. And we see massive clotting among patients who die from coronavirus. And it also cleanses the plaques even in the brain, and it helps those who are undergoing radiation. It is known to prevent cancer because it is an antioxidant. It also has coenzyme Q10, which regenerates the mitochondria. So it will give you the energy and vitality of a 21-year-old. Yeah? Some of my patients, they will tell me it's like she drank 4 cups of coffee when she first took Cellular Gen. It also regulates cholesterol and blood pressure naturally. So these are very, very unique ingredients that you cannot find in any other supplements. Let's go to these peptides. These marine peptides are proven antimicrobial and, very important, antiviral, anti-tumor, antioxidative, it's cardioprotective, and immunomodulatory. Antiviral, definitely, because we're fighting against a virus that we cannot see, and until today there's still no proven cure, and we are relying on patients' clinical improvements. It's cardioprotective. It's very important because one of the organs that the COVID attacks is the heart also, and immunomodulatory because nowadays your immune system should be intact and balanced. It modulates your immune system. It should not be too weak. It should also not be so strong. It should be intact, robust, and balanced. And a robust immune system is your best and last defense against COVID. The others are secondary. The wearing of the mask, the face shield, the social distancing are secondary. I always emphasize number one should be having a robust immune system. That is your best and last defense against the virus. It's a natural analgesic, anxiolytic. As I've said, there are a lot of people who are having anxiety nowadays due to the things that are happening. It's anti-diabetic and neuroprotective. This is also important because there has been cases of stroke related to COVID. And also, there are many na after they have COVID, they're finding it hard to recover. They say their brains, like they have brain fog, they think slowly than before they had COVID. So it can also go to your brain. So those are the things that we are seeing. COVID is able to go in many different organs. We're seeing skin conditions that are among patients with COVID. It's a virus, and some viruses can hide many, many years inside our bodies, and then they will appear again when our immune system went down. We do not know if COVID will also have the same behavior. We'll only find out years later. So as much as possible, let's do everything we can for the virus not to be able to infect any of us, because we don't know what kind of havoc it will do to our bodies many, many years from now. These are actual immunology lab results that show that Cellular Gen boosts immune cells, specifically the macrophage and the natural killer cells. These are our defense cells against viruses and bacteria. These are proven papers that Cellular Gen improves the immune system. Even my own natural killer cells are within normal, thanks to Cellular Gen. And another solid evidence, this is a patient, 1 year in Cellular Gen, his antibodies were 99%. Doctors in the big hospital were scratching their head. They're wondering, how come your antibodies are 99%? We did not give you any immune globulins at all. How come it's 99%? Yeah, the only thing he was taking was Cellular Gen and vitamin C. And all that year, this patient has a chronic kidney disease. All in that, we were trying to delay his dialysis and giving it to him 3 times a week. Yeah, he was already supposed to be on dialysis, but they don't want. I said we could try Cellular Gen, and we were able to delay his dialysis for 1 year. They were very thankful because the whole year he was on cell therapy. He did not get any sickness, no cough, no colds, no fever. His allergic rhinitis was controlled. In 1 month of Cellular Gen, we took again his lab and his antibodies 0. So these are very, very clear, solid evidence how cell therapy boosts the immune system. And my patient is now on dialysis, but COVID-free. If you are on dialysis, you are also high risk, and he's still able to work and provide for his family. He is taking Cellular Gen now. So how does it work? First, intercept and prevent. Remove first all the free radicals, all the garbage, all the sleeping viruses, bacteria, toxins in our cells. This is the purging stage, wherein you may or may not experience some kind of healing process. But I would advise, if you experience a healing process, just keep on taking it, and it will be worth it. Because of course, when your body is getting rid of all the garbage, there can be some kind of a healing process. You may have some very foul smelling urine or very foul smelling stools, or sleepiness, because during sleep is when your body is repairing itself. Second step is to repair and maintain the cells. And then third is to rebuild and rehabilitate the DNA. Now, it's oral, so how is it being absorbed? It has a special double enteric coating. Even the soft gels are all natural. It has a superior anti-reflux technology. So it bypasses the stomach and it gets absorbed in the small intestine. So it's best to take before breakfast, at least 20 minutes. Best to take on an empty stomach. And is it safe to take? Yes, it has unsurpassed worldwide accreditations. It has Swiss attestation certification, full compliance to US FDA, halal certified, Muslims can take it. And my most favorite is BSCG certified drug free, that it has no steroids, no chemicals, no hormones. Even elite Olympic athletes can safely take it. Even pregnant women, breastfeeding, even young children, as long as they can already swallow. But children, I give it on a lesser dose, like twice a week. Depends on the condition. It is backed by independent clinical studies from Europe's France, one of largest and most sophisticated clinical test research center. As a doctor, I look for a supplement that has to be backed by clinical studies. So these are the evidence-based benefits for cell regeneration, enhancement of energy, stamina, and vitality, relief of joint pains. Many of my patients on Cellular Gen, all of them are pain and painkiller free. Glycemic index reduction, control of blood sugar, and beauty enhancement. This is a bonus, so I always challenge my patients to take their picture before, close-up picture before they start on Cellular Gen, and then after 2 weeks, after 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, they will see a younger and younger version of themselves. Because if the cells are being healed, repaired, renewed, regenerated from the inside, the outside will definitely become younger, glowing, and blooming. And it boosts the immune system, and it helps in the reproductive system as well. Now, these are real life stories of patients, partners, doctors who are taking Cellular Gen, especially at this time. So this is me and my husband when we went to China. I call ourselves the clueless ones because we were going around China. We were 6 hours away from Wuhan, where the first outbreak started. And we didn't know there's already an ongoing outbreak of the virus. We didn't know that there were many who are being infected at that time. We kept still enjoying the tourist spots. And then we were at the airport, exposed to the 5 million Wuhanese who went on vacation during the Chinese New Year. And then we were at the Green Hills Shopping Center, clueless once again that is the day that the outbreak was announced, it came from that shopping center. We were there again, and we were at the right people at the wrong place. And then, of course, after that, we have to go to COVID hospitals to give our donations, to also to see my patients, only those in cases of emergency. So we are exposed, and we've been taking Cellular Gen for almost 3 years now for preventive wellness. We believe it protected us, and we are thankful that we are COVID-free 8 months now. Because even if I wear my PPE, I still have 3.4 times risk of contacting the virus because the patients come to me. But I cannot say no to them. I have to fulfill my oath as a doctor. And this, I call them the wise ones. These are the Lumicaos from Cagayan de Oro, pediatric cardio, and pediatric surgeon. And they have two sons who are both frontliners, one in as a frontliner in an industry, the other one is a doctor. And it helped Dr. Therese with her arthritis. She used to be wheelchair bound, and now she is able to walk with a cane and less dependent on painkillers. And her entire family is taking Cellular Gen this time of pandemic to boost their immune system. They are the wise ones. Why? They don't wait to get sick. Yeah? Because the fools wait to get sick. The wise ones, they do something to prevent themselves from getting sick. Now, we have the courageous ones, the Lim family of doctor frontliners, the father, surgeon, anesthesiologist, the mom, and their two children are resident doctors in training. All of them are in the hospital. They are exposed every now and then to COVID patients. They would always have a test. Every time they were exposed, they need to be tested, always turn out negative. This family has been on Cellular Gen for around 2 years. So we salute these frontliners. And these are nurse siblings. One is from New York, one is from New Zealand. One here is COVID positive. His symptoms are moderate. He's still quite young, but he's already had difficulty of breathing, diarrhea. He was coughing. He was really weak when we were talking to him on the phone. And he was not able to sleep. So hard for him to talk, to breathe. He wanted to be admitted already at the hospital, but because of his age, he was not admitted. Remember that he is in New York, and that is ground zero. So many cases there at that time. They only admit the severe ones. And we gave him Cellular Gen, and all the symptoms improved in just two soft gels of Cellular Gen. And of course, I added vitamins, organic vitamins. He's now COVID free. And what will happen if senior citizens on Cellular Gen contact COVID? So these are Pa Tung Hoy and his beloved wife Daisy, who has diabetes. Remember, diabetic seniors, high risk. Combination is scary if someone like that contacts the virus. But what happened to them? Because of Cellular Gen, ample sleep, exercise, and a balanced diet, both of them just had mild symptoms. And their family doctor is very happy that they need not be admitted. They were declared COVID-free, and they said, our immune system is our best defense. I couldn't agree more with them. And of course, my beloved mom, she has all the highs in the world. She keeps telling me, Anak, I am high risk at this time. Yes, mom, but don't worry. We have God at Cellular Gen to protect you. She has high blood, high sugar, high cholesterol, high uric acid. She has high hyperacidity. She has insomnia, depression. Before I started her on Cellular Gen, she was on 10 maintenance tablets. Her meds kept increasing, but her health kept declining. It pains me to see her like a candle slowly, her light turning off. She is my rock, my pillar, and I love her very much. I will do everything to extend her life, even just for one day. Yeah, and until she developed severe congestive heart failure, she was put on 10 maintenance tablets a day, all chemicals at that time. And I remembered two angels who shared Cellular Gen with me. And I told my mom, Mom, let's try this and let's see what happens. And then, lo and behold, I saw a miracle right before my eyes. After just 3 days, my mom was able to sleep so well. Yeah, So she said, I woke up with the sun for the first time. After 1 week, she was able to go to the toilet because she couldn't hear, she couldn't walk or talk anymore. And then after 1 month, this is her picture. After 1 month, she's very happy. She looks younger, but she's still quite not fully recovered at this time. But she was able to receive her Lifetime Achievement Award as a lawyer. Mom was able to fully recover in just 2 months. Yeah. My uncle said your mom should have recovered, fully recovered in 6 months. Wow, I said that was quite fast. And then when we brought her to her internist, we were surprised. For the first time, all her labs became normal. For the first time, Dr. Veneracion removed seven of her maintenance meds. Yeah, so what was left was just 3 for her high blood, high sugar, and for her heart. And I only added Cellular Gen. So right before my eyes, I realized Cellular Gen really works because at first I was skeptic. I said it's too good to be true until I saw it in my mom, and wow, I realized this is a miracle pill, a gift from above, something that I should not keep a secret, something that I should share with anyone who needs it, because I know how it is to be desperate. I know how it is, how to find something, a cure, or how to find the fountain of youth for my beloved mother. And I found it. Yeah, I'm better than the Spaniard who was trying to look for the fountain of youth, but he never found it. But now I found it through Cellular Gen. Yeah. And so, thank God. This is our picture on Zoom wherein we celebrated the 54th wedding anniversary of my parents last July 23. Yeah, so thankful and grateful to God for creating the salmon, the salmon fish, where we get the DNA. And it's the DNA that's helping my parents have quality of life, adding life to their years. So I'm thankful that I have Cellular Gen to take care of my parents in the province while I take care of my patients here in Manila, all over the Philippines, and in different parts of the world. So in this time of pandemic, being healthy is no longer a choice, but a responsibility. Yeah, because if you are not healthy, then you will, but you have the capacity to be healthy, to be disciplined, then you can get the virus and infect so many. Why? Being healthy nowadays is no longer a choice, but a responsibility. Now, that's it for the first part. I'm now going to the second part, which is the new wealth. This is the more exciting part. Here you will discover how Avita International Wellness Business Platform is poised and prepared in this time of pandemic. Yes, poised and prepared. So, Avita is a company that distributes Cellular Gen all over the world. We have products for preventive wellness and anti-aging solutions for a better life, for a better world. We are very proud to be a professional, multi-level, direct selling uh, Singapore company marked with honesty and integrity. We have been around since 2007 and we offer an Asia-wide opportunity. Our CEO, Ms. Lee Shang-Yin, she said, life is a gift. Never take it for granted. Miss Lee is one of my idols, and she owns a lot of traditional businesses, but she gave birth to Avita, which is a non-traditional business. 2007, she already had a vision. She saw that Avita is a business of the future, and we have a lot to thank Miss Lee for seeing that vision because she wants this to be her legacy. She wants Avita to be giving equal opportunities to many, Even though you are young or old, rich or poor, professional or non-professional, all of us have equal opportunities in Avita. What matters most is for as long as you want to have a better life and a better world, then Avita will support you. We are present in these 14 countries and growing. We started in Singapore, then we branched out in Malaysia, Australia, the Philippines, mabuhay, Taiwan, Japan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Thailand. Now also soon in China, Myanmar, Vietnam, Brunei, and Cambodia. With a market 2 billion. Wow, so many. Now, as you can see, these are also countries affected by COVID-19, right? But how are we doing? How are these countries, Avita countries, doing nowadays in this time of pandemic? You may be wondering. I did some research and I saw at the 24/7 Wall Street, USA, these are the bleeding industries due to COVID. Now, try to pay attention if you belong to these industries. Restaurants, gambling, live sports, and gyms. That's why we have now the new NBA, right? And movies, theme parks, airlines, tourism, construction and transportation, shipping, film, automakers, oil and gas, retail, tech, conventions, and seminars. These are the bleeding industries. Now, if there are bleeding industries, there are also thriving industries in this time of pandemic. What are these? This is from the US Chamber of Commerce. Online tutorials, cleaning, liquor and wine stores, used car sellers, furniture sellers, game makers, fitness equipment centers, those who are selling equipments because people can go to the gym. Landscaping companies, gardening supplies because people now are do gardening because they are just staying at home. Here, with regards deliveries of food or all kinds of deliveries, groceries, because people are no longer eating that much in restaurants. Meal preps delivery, bread baking companies, coffee subscription, canned and jarred food companies. On the right side is pertaining to health. Telehealth providers, behavioral mental health providers, because we have a lot of anxiety, depression nowadays. Masks and PPE makers, and health and wellness companies. So it's so easy. Avita is in the health and preventive wellness industry. Even before COVID, the health and wellness industry is already recession-proof. And now, in times of COVID, it is thriving a lot. Yeah. So, let me simulate your neurons once again. Do you belong to the bleeding and or thriving industry at this time of pandemic? Please type in your answer and I will ask Badette to read because I cannot see the answers. Please type in if you are in the bleeding or in the thriving industry. Badette, what are the most of the answers?
We do have both bleeding and thriving, so it's equally spread out among our guests.
Okay. Okay, our hearts go to those who are in the bleeding industry. Thank you for answering. Let me share with you. Those are statistics. And how about those in the ground level? How are people being affected nowadays? I'm not going to go far. I will share some real life stories of my friends and colleagues. Even doctors are going through hard times nowadays. I have friends who are friends who are employed. This is what they shared with me. I find it hard to sleep, and she was crying. She said it's like World War III, but we don't have weapons. No work, no pay. Yeah? Imagine, I used to be working. in the companies where they are working now. If I stayed in that company, I would be part of that no work, no pay kind of doctors. And it will be hitting me also. I would also be bleeding at this time. And how about, I have friends also who have their own clinic, but they are renting. This is what my friend said. I'm paying rent, but I'm not earning anything during lockdown. And now even on GCQs, I said the income is still scarce. And one of my friends said there are many doctors in our society who already closed their clinic because they cannot pay anymore the rent and the overhead. Yeah, it's very real. Now recently I just bought my wellness center. I couldn't open it. I was supposed to open it March, but that's the time of the lockdown. So my wellness center is close, open, close, open. Can you imagine if my business is just dependent on my wellness center? What will be my life? It's also close, open, close, open. And how about big time dermatologist in a big hospital? He contacted me because he said his patients do not want to go to the hospitals. They are afraid to go there. Can I rent in your center? So I gave him a slot. And he said, it's still a struggle. People still don't want to come. He said, it's terrible. Those are the words that he said, terrible. Yeah. So young doctors, old doctors being affected. And how about a supervisor in a biggest shopping mall? She shared with us she's only being paid 2 days per cut off. Just 2 days. How can she support her family? Just being paid for 2 days. As my husband said, he said, if you are an employee nowadays, you will be at the mercy of your employer. And this is a distress call from my husband. He shared with me his friend who owns a restaurant here. He has masters in business. He teaches in a prestigious business school. And his restaurant is down nowadays. His father got hospitalized. The bills piled up. And a distress call was sent. So we helped him financially. Seeing that even his masters, his education in business prepared him for this pandemic. No one prepared us for this pandemic. Never in our wildest imagination that this will happen to all of us. Let me share you the story of Noah's Ark. This is a real life story which happened thousands and thousands of years ago. This is in our Bible. So Noah is a holy man, and God told him that man has become so sinful that he wants to clean the earth and build an ark and then put there your family and a pair of each animal. And then when he was building the ark, first look at the picture on the left. The people were laughing and laughing at him. They were thinking that he's crazy. What are you doing, Noah? Why are you building an ark? It's so sunny. The weather is perfect. Why are you building an ark? And then he said that this is what will happen. He told them that there will be a great flood coming. Then they were saying, where's the flood? It's so hot. How can there be a flood? And then they did not believe him. They were laughing at him. Some might even rejected him. They did not listen to him. But Noah kept building and building the ark because he knows, he has faith that something is coming, a great flood is coming, and this ark will protect his family and all the animals in the earth. And then when the ark was fully built, God shut the door that no one can open it. Only God will be the one to be able to open it. When all the family of Noah was inside the boat and all the animals were inside, safe inside, God shut the door. Then it started to rain and rain and rain and rain for so many days and so many nights. And then that's the time that the people were all banging the door, asking Noah to open it. But the door cannot be opened until there was a great flood that wiped away millions of humanity. Millions died from that great flood. They were all crying for Noah to open it, but the only one who can open it is God himself. So this story reminds me of what is happening now. Many of us wellness advocates. Me, I started 5 years ago. Miss Lee and our seniors, they started 2007. They've been sharing and sharing. Cellular Gen, the future of medicine. Avita is the business of the future. Many ignored us, many rejected us, many did not listen to us. But now the time has come, and here it's happening already. This pandemic has made many industries bleed except for the health and wellness industry, where Avita is positioned. And it's deafening to hear all the cries for help outside. It's really deafening. It's devastating. Actively, I am looking for people who needs help because God has put me in the position to help as many as I can. I am inside the ark of Avita. God has put me inside the ark and all of my partners here. But we don't want to be just us inside the ark. That's why we are very passionate in sharing about Cellular Gen, in sharing about Avita. Because at this point, we want to help as many as we can, especially those who are bleeding, those who are crying for help. But how did the story end? What do you see? The flood occurred for 40 days and 40 nights. So COVID now, we are now on our 8th month, and see COVID on our 8th month, around 20 million. It has infected 20 million all over the world. More than 500,000 have died already. Still no vaccine, no cure until today. And you can never be 100% sure that your immune system can fight it. But what happened? What's the ending of the story? They saw a rainbow and God said, okay, now you can go out. It's safe. Then God created a rainbow in the sky as a promise to Noah that he will heal earth once again. Yeah, so that's the rainbow. And for me, what's happening now, God allowed COVID. This is his plan of resetting humanity because of the way we have lived our lives, because of the way we have abused our planet Earth. So God, this is God's way of resetting humanity. But there is always a rainbow after the rain. That is what I want to impart to all of you, to give hope in your hearts. Because as I've said, you may want to ask yourself, just ask yourself, where am I in that story? Am I inside the boat? Am I inside Noah's Ark? Or am I outside Noah's Ark? Am I trying to swim? How long can I swim? How long can I do that so that I will not drown? How long? You have to ask yourself, how long will COVID last? We don't know. How long will it last? We don't know. But the good news is that Avita's Ark is open for all. It's now open for all. It's not shut, it's open. Yeah. You can join us, as many as we want to join us. Yeah, because we are so blessed. That's why we want to share these blessings to all of you tonight. So don't wait for the vaccine. Learn to live with the virus and outsmart the virus. You already know if you are in the bleeding or if you are in the thriving. Don't stay so long in the bleeding industries. We don't know how many blood will be left in your body. You stay there. I've heard of some businessmen who already shifted gears. Someone in the resort industry, zero income, they already shifted to the delivery services. Very smart, right? They took action right away because they shifted from the bleeding to the thriving industry. So learn to live with the virus and outsmart the virus. Personally, with regards to vaccine, we may have it, but they are saying if it was done too fast, we don't know how effective it is. As a doctor, I wouldn't want to subject myself and my family right away to an anti-COVID vaccine unless I've seen its if there are any side effects. Because my father would always tell me, in Tagalog, ang nagmamadali ay nagkakamali. In English, it means anything who acts in haste is prone to make a mistake. Now, allow me to share with you Avita rainbow stories of real life people nowadays. How are they coping? How are they doing? Just three stories. First is my best friend, our beautiful MC, CPD Badet Kiblat. She's a trailblazing housewife from Mindanao. And I love this picture of hers. She will attend trainings pre-COVID. She will attend trainings with her baby. She wouldn't have any excuse in doing a Vitash. Even if she has a baby to take care of, even if she has a yaya, a nanny or not, she will study because she knows that because she knows her big why. She is aiming for her financial freedom. She is soon to become a platinum director, and she is doing this for her family, for her loved ones. And in the comfort of her home, she's able to earn 5 digits in a month through her income in Avita, even today in this time of pandemic. And this is Platinum Director Alice Del Mundo. She's a very successful traditional businesswoman. She shared with me her traditional business is down 60% nowadays. But she said in Avita, she's earning 6 digits in a month. Her money, this is her famous classic line, her money in the box is earning more than her money in the bank. That's from a traditional businesswoman. And this is Platinum Director Dr. Gail Dacudao. She's a senior citizen, a widow. Seniors, high risk, right? Not allowed to go out nowadays. Since lockdown, she's not going out, she's not conducting her clinic, so zero income from her clinic. And her husband just recently passed away, but her 6 digits per month income from Avita has been providing for her and her family. For that, she is very, very grateful. So join us in Avita Wellness business of helping people. Don't waste a single day. And you will not be doing this alone. We have trainings. Our mentorship is very strong. We have a strong team support. We will be doing this with you. They say team means together, everyone achieve miracles. We have business events non-stop. We have business events being conducted now through Zoom, and we are able to share Cellular Gen to close sales through Zoom. Yeah, it's proven, it's effective, it's being done, and we have a regional network, and we have a system that is in place, a solid system. I just have 3 recommendations for all of you. It's just simple. Number 1, if you haven't tried it, try Cellular Gen first. Let the product talk to you. Number 2, share Cellular Gen with anyone who needs it. Number 3, leverage on the Avita system, on the Avita proven system. Try, share, and leverage. And let's all create our rainbow stories in this time of pandemic. And now, we will have our breakout room. Try to discuss among yourselves your key takeaway or one thing that struck you during the presentation. Okay, I will give you 15 minutes. Thank you very much. And mabuhay, good morning. Remember, there is always a rainbow after the rain.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. D, for that very, very insightful presentation. My key takeaway personally is number 1. Well, the only key takeaway for me is we should outsmart the virus, and we can do it in 2 ways. One is in terms of health, and we have to make sure that we have a strong, balanced, and robust immune system. And number 2, in terms of wealth. There are 2 ways that we can react to this pandemic. Either we drown in the flood or we create our rainbow stories. So which one are you? Type 1. Please type 1 if you want to create your own rainbow story through the Avita platform. Yay! Everybody's typing 1. Congratulations. Okay, before we go to the breakout rooms, let me just share with you how you can get started. Dr. D, please share your screen.
Sure.
Thank you. Yes, okay. The best way to experience the benefits of Cellular is to try the product. That's what Dr. D very specifically um, said to us as she ended her presentation. Try Cellular first. And the best way to try Cellular is by taking advantage of the anniversary special of Avita. We are celebrating 13 years. So let's say happy birthday, Avita! Yay! This whole month of August, you are entitled to um, buy the direct package, 13 plus 1. In Singapore dollars, that's 4,914. And in Philippine peso, that's 192,400. And you can avail of the special bundle promo. Um, uh, you can see from the screen of Dr. D the cost of 5 boxes when you buy the direct silver package. So please get back to the person who invited you um, so that you can get to know more about this special deal, special anniversary deal. And what is even more exciting is Avita will be having a weekly draw of 1 box of Cellular Gen. So, if you buy products worth 12,000 is that I can't see. If you buy a certain amount of product, you can qualify to the monthly draw. And what is more important is the final draw that will happen on September 1 live on Facebook. So if you buy the direct silver package, you are entitled to an electronic coupon that gives you the opportunity to win 13 boxes of Cellular Gen. All right, so that's it. So get started with Cellular Gen, take advantage of the promo, try the product, test it, and let your family take it. For sure, all of you will have a very, very balanced, robust, and strong immune system. So now, are you ready for the breakout? Even more by the members in your group, especially the leaders in your group. Before we end, sorry, I've been talking to myself. Welcome back, everyone. It's good to see you back. And yeah, I didn't realize I was muted. I was talking to myself. And I hope that you have been inspired more by the sharings in your group and by the leaders from your group. And before we end, let me just announce the upcoming events that we can all leverage on this month of August. So, Dr. D, can we please share your screen again? Thank you, Dr. D. There you go. All right. So, on Sunday, we have another presentation from the new Entrepreneur Series by none other than Diamond President Gina Ilarde, and she will share about the new opportunity in the new normal. And again, on August 29, this is very important for all of us. Let's leverage on the power of this event. The Entrepreneur Leaders Summit happening on August 29. The early bird registration of $20 is still up. And you can still register. Bring everyone in your team, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Bring them all so they too will understand and understand the Avita platform, so they don't have to be left behind from outside the arc. All right. So don't forget on Sunday the new opportunity in the new normal by none other than Diamond President Gina Ilarde, and August 29, the Entrepreneurs Leader Summit We have Diamond President Tengi So and Diamond President Chong Peng as the speakers, and it will be hosted by none other than the beautiful CDP, Challenging Diamond President Wendy Wendy Kwong. All right, so, okay, thank you, Doc D. So to close, life is about making choices. Personally, I love rainbows and sunsets. As such, my personal choice is to create more and more rainbow stories. Not just for me to get by at this time, but more importantly, to ensure that my family is healthy and to ensure my family's future. That after this pandemic, my family will come out stronger and better. My hope is that you will decide to make more rainbows today so that together we can come out of this pandemic stronger, healthier, and better together. Stay safe, everyone. See you again next week. Please remain COVID-free, and God bless us all. Bye. Bye, everyone. It's good to see all familiar faces and new faces here. Thank you all for coming today. And thank you, Dr. D, again for that inspiring sharing, inspiring rainbow story, and powerful presentation about our star product, the Cellular Gen. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Photo.
Okay, yes, before we go, let's have um, a photo op with everyone. Okay, so who's taking the picture? Chong Peng? Are we all set?
Okay, I'll do it. Let everyone turn on your video.
Okay.
And then I'll remove those.
Nice rainbow, Yun Ting.
Oh, Elvin looks like the saint.
Let's go along with tonight's theme, rainbow.
Yeah, Xiuling, do you want to announce something for Yun Ting?
Wait,
Oh,
hold
she
on.
did,
When I
she
count to
did, she
three,
did
then
already.
we announce again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Cheese. Alvin is an angel.
Okay,
What's
photo
the
taken. Yes.
Yes, Yun
announcement?
Ting is
Announcement.
challenging for her platinum director. Let's give her the
Yay!
full support. Go,
Whoa!
Yun Ting, go! Yay!
Go, Yunti.
Thank you.
She's
Oh,
all alone in
okay.
Melbourne in this lockdown, but she's doing it. Yeah, so let's support her, and I believe everybody can do it if she can do it. Yes.
Yay!
Jaya Yun
everyone.
Ting. Bye.
Thanks, Gina.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Congratulations, Yunting. See
Thanks,
you on
Badette.
Saturday.
Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Night, bye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
May you dream about rainbows tonight.
Congratulations again to our newly minted platinum directors, Alice Del Mundo and Dr. Techi Cadiz.
Yeah.
Yay.
Congratulations. Many more platinum to come.
And
Yay.
more platinum, more.
I'm next. I'm next.
Badette is
Platinum more.